Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm gonna switch things up a little bit different today. You guys have seen me do, different dishes, different things. I prepped some items for the freezer. All those potatoes we got last week from both the food pantries, or the one trip to the food pantry, we got a lot of potatoes. So what I've done this morning, it is literally 11:20 in the morning. If you've been with me at all, anytime, my husband's going to go to work later, so we will actually take a little afternoon. We started an afternoon nap session, and it really helps me, especially with the way my brain works and my issues. So it just gives me a little bit of time to rest. So I do make a good lunch so that he has a good lunch before he lays down. But what I did was I went ahead and cooked those sweet potatoes that we had left. These are ready for me and Mom just to munch on. We can warm one up, put a little bit of stuff in it, we can pull it out, eat it. Like, it doesn't matter. That's for us. My husband doesn't care for sweet potatoes, so that's a me and Mom thing. But I had two great big baking potatoes, so those have been baked this morning. We're going to twice bake potatoes for lunch. Super easy, something that we love to do. And with those being as large as they are, we will get 4 twice baked potatoes out of those. So it's plenty for us. So give me a moment. I started getting everything together. I woke up this morning having a really good morning. Been very productive today. Already been out to the garden. It has started sprinkling. I ran out to grab some fresh herbs. It is still sprinkling. It's supposed to be this way all day. So honestly, I'm getting very tired already. So what I'm going to do is we're going to twice bake these. I laid out some cube steak for dinner. That'll be another video because I don't normally cook cube steak as cube steak. I reinvented it into something else. So I use it as beef. Let me get you reset. Let me get the things out that I need. Like you can tell, I'm starting to not feel good. So we're going to go ahead and get this done. This is a simple meal that even on the days that I don't feel well, this is something that I can make very easy, and it's a good meal. It gives us something, and it's just delicious. So let me get you reset. I'm going to position you to my stovetop. Right now, that's the only equipment that I have. I know that people like to see you out, but I can't figure out how to do all that. So this is what we have. And then hopefully tomorrow or the next day after the rain's gone, we'll be able to go back outside. But I did enough still pictures for you to give you a growth update because we are seeing the bush bean plants are loaded. The cucumbers are starting to bloom. I've got peppers coming in. I've got my squash plants have just burst. My spaghetti squash plants that I bought from a young lady here in town are taking off. My bean plants, so we're seeing some growth. We've got squash, we've got tomatoes coming, a little baby tomatoes out there. So hopefully within the next few days we will see some vegetables. So I'll get that put up for you, so you will have that today as well. Did put up a video for you earlier, so I don't know when you're going to see this versus that. So I'm trying to film more so that you guys can get more of what we're doing and easier ways to do things. The spaghetti last night was so fantastic. That may actually be dinner for tonight because there is enough I can show you how to go in and turn that into a baked spaghetti. Super easy. We actually might do that. That'll be the easiest thing for me to do today. So we do have things on tap. I've laid some chicken out for tomorrow. I'm going to make some, I got something up my sleeve for tomorrow. So anyways, let me quit chattering. Let me show you what we're going to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I have done is these are still pretty warm, but as you can see, I can hold them. It feels like taking a towel out of a very hot dryer. I have a bowl. Now, I'm going to take a moment to give you some information about my bowls. I have 4 of these. There's different sizes. These can be used directly on top of the stove. They're for all kinds of things. You can use it on gas, electric, induction, my regular ceramic. These were a gift that my first husband and I received when we got married from my mom's childhood best friend. And we are very fortunate that we still see her. And I forgot to tell her I had these. So if you're watching, I do still have these. The lids, of course, you know, they cracked a long time ago. But these are probably some of my favorite mixing bowls. They are metal. So I can cook in them. They go in the refrigerator. You can put them in the dishwasher. You can do everything. We don't have a dishwasher. We are the dishwasher. So I will put this on top of my eye just in case I need to warm up anything in here. Twice baked potatoes to me are like putting together a macaroni pie. Macaroni pie is where you do your macaroni and cheese, bake, put it in your pan, put it in the oven, bake it. Everything's already done. You're just letting everything melt and get together in there and warm up and make a cohesive dish. Basically, that's the way your twice baked potatoes are. So essentially, and when I was younger, when we were younger, and I think they still have them, you could buy twice baked potatoes, and they come 2 to a box, and they were about like this. Super duper delicious. And once I realized how to make these, I was just like, why don't I do that myself? So I do now. So these potatoes, just so you know, I did coat them with some olive oil, and I put salt on them. Now you saw my potato skin just ripped. Be a little more careful, be a little more delicate. I'm not having a delicate day today. This potato is still really hot once you take that off. Now you want to dig some of your potato out. Since these skins are thinner, I'm not going to dig as much out. If I get a good potato with a thick skin on it, I actually can pretty much carve out a lot of that potato. So I left a good bit in here. You guys have seen me do these before. So I'm making little potato boats, essentially. This is the one that I accidentally ripped. So I'm going to go in and leave, well, I said I was. Try to leave as much of that outer part on that side as possible. When I have bad days, I don't worry about aesthetics and what things are going to look like in presentation. It's all about getting us some food in our systems that we like. So I do the best that I can do. Because on my really bad days, my family cooks. All right. Okay, second potato. Now, I have to say a lot of times, and no matter where you get your potatoes from, whether you dig them up out of your own garden, somebody gives them to you, you purchase them, or you get gifted, you get blessed at the food pantry. You never really know what that potato is going to look like until you cut it open. So normally when I know I'm going to do twice baked potatoes, I try to bake an extra potato just in case one of them is not good when you open it. However, I only had 2 today. So work with what we got, right? All right. Hopefully with them still being this warm, I won't have to warm up my bowl. But if I have to, it's okay. All right. So there you go. 4 potato skins. And on your pan, just get your regular pan. I'm not going to put any oil on the outside of those because I already did. So doing that in the beginning gives you 2 things. Number 1, your potato skin's already prepared for you on the outside. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. Secondly, it just really helps with the flavor. All right, so into this, put whatever you like to load your potato with. It is really that simple to me. And I make it that simple. So I've got softened butter here, because this is going to go between 4. So do this however you like to do your baked potatoes, your mashed potatoes, whatever you like to put in those. All right, I am going to grate up some cheese really quick. I'm not going to make you sit here while I do that. I'll be right back. So what I always like to do when I'm going through and deciding, and I'm going to do twice baked potatoes, I decide on a flavor palette. What do I want to do? You can use Swiss cheese and bacon. You can use cheddar and bacon. You can make these into cream cheese and chive. You can make these into whatever you want. You can make it into a basic baked potato and just stuff it back in there and top it with steak if you want to. This is what you would like to do. Me, I'm going to keep it simple today just because of the fact that I know that if I get a little crazy with this today, my body may not like it because of the weather. My body, with one of my illnesses, does go by the weather, and it makes my pain level go up, and I do not want to get too fancy with this and introduce something into my body today that it may not agree with. So we're just going to do a basic recipe. So that was salt and pepper. There is butter in here. I'm going to go ahead and mash these up in my bowl. And at this point, you can put whatever milk or liquid that you choose. I like to use milk. Honestly, I'll go in and look and see what I've got the most of. Whether it be whole milk, skim, whatever I've got. Show them I'm going to put in here today. Just a touch. I just want to get the richness because it's going to go well with our sour cream. And I literally probably only put about a tablespoon of each. That's all. It's not going to need a lot. I don't want it soupy. I want it creamy. See? Creamy, just like mashed potatoes. And I'll be honest with you, if I had my mashed potatoes made and I wanted to overstuff these, I would just introduce mashed potatoes into my potatoes or add extra potatoes in there. Definitely needs more salt. But I'm not going to put a lot more salt because I've got cheddar over here. I had these. All I did was grate some of those. I did set them down my box grater. I was going to put some caramelized onion in it. I'm not going to. My belly's not really feeling the caramelized onion. So, a handful of cheddar. A little bit more. Let's just use everything we have. Now I'm going to turn this burner on extremely low. Like a low, low melt type situation. Because all I want to do is melt that cheese a little bit. And then I'll see what else I need. Oh, I don't think I'm going to need to melt that. It'll melt in the oven. I just want to get it started because I need to taste it also. I'm turning that burner off. All right, one more salt. Pepper. Okay. A little bit of sour cream. Let's see if this is the one I opened. Oh, we haven't had any sour cream since I bought them, so they're not going to be open. I buy these at Sam's. They come in a 2-pack. And we laugh because some months we go through that 2-pack within like a couple months. Normally I'll have a half of one left or one left. Last month I used it so much I ran out before the end of the month. But I didn't want to buy. I had to buy a small one from the store. And that's okay because I didn't need it so much that it required me to buy 2 this time. Alright. Chives, homegrown. A little bit of homegrown parsley. And a touch of dill is what's going in there. I'm going to rough chop those. Now you can put, if you want to do onion, garlic, whatever you would like. I'm just not in that mood right now. in. Yes, there's a little bit of cheese on there too because it was left. All right. All right, and you don't want to get them too thin because you are going to cook them. So you do want them pretty heavy. Oven is on 450. I'm going to start them out there, and then if I feel like I need to cut the oven down, I will. Okay. Now, on the top it however you would like. Look, I just made a mess, y'all. Top it however you would like. I'm going to put a little extra cheese on top. And I'm just using cheddar today. You can put Parmesan, Swiss, whatever cheese you have and that you like. It is your preference. Look, I'm making a mess, y'all. I'm telling you. This is how I know what today's going to be like. I'm dropping things. Just a little struggle today, but it's okay. We're going to get this done. You and I are going to have lunch, and then I'm going to take a rest too this afternoon. If I don't sleep, I at least put my headphones, put some music on, and rest. Sometimes I will actually do a little editing or whatnot, but I do try to get some rest in, especially on days like this. So, all right. Try to get as much evenly in here as possible. If you want to break out your measuring cup and measure and all that fun stuff, go for it. I am an eyeballer, especially on the hard days, because I do need to make some bread sometime. I don't know if that's going to get done today. Maybe tomorrow. Try to set them up as easy as you can, as gently as you can. So whichever way they want to roll over, that's the side I put up against the side of the pan, or each other. You can also use a regular casserole dish, would work as well. Okay, there you go. Oh, that works better. I'm in the middle of my pan. All right, let me grate up some more cheese. I'll be right back. All right, when it comes to the cheese on the top, cheese until your heart is content. I have more cheese on the inside that I'm going to put on the outside because we had cheese grits for breakfast and I do not want to overload us today. So this is where one of the things that I always like to say when it comes to cheese. My sweet aunt, Lord knows I have missed that woman. She passed the day I had my son. Her thing was, if a little cheese is good, more is better. I agree with her on that. So we do a lot of cheese. Cheese until your heart and your ancestors tell you that's enough. All right, sprinkle just a touch of sugar, salt, and pepper on the top. No sugar, I didn't mean that. And then if you have any extra chives or dill or anything you want to lay on top, you go right ahead. Oven has been preheated to 450. The rack is in the middle of the oven. I do not put these up to the top because I don't want them to burn. All right, I'm going to check those in about 10 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. because I did want to do 10 minutes just because the oven is on 450. Oh, look. We need about 5 more minutes and they'll be ready to go. See you in 5. All right, it has been 5 more minutes. You know what I'm going to say. I wish you could smell our house right now. All righty, here are your twice baked potatoes. See how pretty those are? They're beautiful. Got a little spillage. That's okay. Look at how beautiful those are. So I'm going to let those cool off because, as you know, potatoes are like lava anyways. And you got cheese in there and everything else. So those need to rest and cool off. I would say at least 5 minutes. I'm going to get our plates together and we're going to go from there. Now, I will tell you right now, I just told my husband I was going to do dinner tonight. And that's probably not going to happen. I'm just not feeling my best right now, but that's okay. I have spaghetti left from last night. And I will show you how to take that spaghetti and turn it into baked spaghetti. You do need to add something to it, just a little bit, to be able to get that to work. Let me set my timer. Hey Google, set timer 5 minutes.
Sure, 5 minutes.
So if y'all have one of those, I'm sorry if I just set it off. But what we're going to do is I'm probably going to do baked spaghetti for dinner. Yes, I'm trying to get my tripod set here for you guys so you don't flop to the side. But as I was cooking earlier, it really hit me, and this is the way it happens sometimes with chronic illnesses. You never know. I got up feeling great. You guys have seen me. I've been bouncing around doing things, and now I'm just like, I don't have any more energy in me all of a sudden. So we're going to let these cool, and then we'll talk dinner later. I do actually have something I may try depending on the weather. We'll talk about that later. So I'll see you in 5 minutes after these have cooled down, and we're going to taste one. Okay, so it has been time. Hold on one moment.
Cancel.
All right, so we've got them in bowls. I'm going to take them theirs. But let me grab mine. So it is warmed through. Perfect. But look at that. What? Oh, wind's blowing. We may have a storm coming. Perfect. That's delicious. I love the fresh herbs in it. The dill just brightened it up. It did give it that little bit of citrusy dilly, but it is, oh my gosh. I wish y'all could taste this. So you got to make them. Easy peasy. Delicious. So, easy, simple, twice baked potatoes. Something you can do even on a day when you're not feeling your best. You can still make dinner if you would like to. You have options. So, thank you so much for being here with me. Trying to give you a bunch of different content. Let me know if there's anything that you would like to see. Especially if you're going to the food pantry and you get something and you're not sure what to do with it. I know a lot of you are probably going down this road and you've never been down that road before. I'm here to help you with that. There's no shame in needing help. There's no shame in going to the pantry. You will see a lot of different things. Reach out to me. Let me know if you don't want to leave a comment. See if there's a private way you can message me. If not, I am on the other socials as well. And you can message me and get a hold of me at any time. And I am more than happy to help you do anything. Or if you just want to put it in the, in the comments, even here, hey, I've got brown lentils. I've got red lentils. I've got frozen spinach I've never used before. I have, sometimes you get fish you've never seen before. Cheeses, things like that. Holler at me and we'll do it together. We will go down that road and I'll help you as much as possible. So guys, thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to my little world that I live in. And I am putting up some videos on the garden. I'm going to post one of those here in a bit. Just a short little, let me show you what I've grown. Let me show you what we're growing, because we're growing. Second year of the garden, we're growing food this year. So If you are not new here, thank you so much for being here. Your continued support means more to me than you ever know. I actually just sit at times and just am amazed. So I appreciate you. If you would like and share this video, if you've not subscribed, please do. I'm going to start trying to do something at least every day. If not as short, you'll get a regular video. So if you need any help, any suggestions, any ways I could have done this different, let me know. I'm all ears. I'm always open to suggestions. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your neighbors. And I will see you next time.